How to become wealthy in 2024 using 20% rule of money. The 20% rule is a financial guideline that suggests allocating a portion of your income towards specific financial goals. While there isn't a universally agreed upon 20% rule, variations of this concept exist in personal finance advice. Here are a few interpretations. Saving 20% of your income is a common financial guideline that suggests putting aside a significant portion of your earnings for various financial goals. Here's a breakdown of how you might approach saving 20%. Emergency fund: allocate a portion of the 20% towards building and maintaining an emergency fund. This fund should cover 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses and serve as a financial safety net in case of unexpected expenses or emergencies. Retirement savings: contribute a percentage of your income to retirement savings. This could include employer-sponsored retirement accounts, such as a 401k in the United States, or individual retirement accounts, IRAs. Take advantage of any employer matching contributions if they are available. Other investments: consider investing a portion of the 20% in additional investment vehicles, such as stocks, bonds, or mutual funds. Diversifying your investments can help your money grow over time. Short-term savings: save for short-term goals like a vacation, a down payment on a house, or other significant expenses. Having a separate savings account for short-term goals can help you avoid dipping into your emergency fund. Debt repayment: if you have outstanding debts, use a portion of the 20% to accelerate debt repayment. Focus on high-interest debts first to minimize interest payments over time. It's important to note that while saving 20% is a good starting point, your individual circumstances may require adjustments. If possible, aim to increase your savings rate over time as your income grows or your financial situation improves. Creating a budget, tracking your expenses, and regularly reassessing your financial goals will help you make informed decisions about how to allocate your savings. Keep in mind that these percentages are guidelines, and the key is to find a balance that aligns with your specific financial objectives and lifestyle. The 20% rule for housing costs is a guideline that suggests you should spend no more than 20% of your monthly income on housing-related expenses. This includes costs such as rent or mortgage payments, property taxes, homeowners insurance, and utilities. The rule is designed to help individuals and families maintain a healthy balance between housing expenses and their overall budget. Here's how you might approach applying the 20% rule to housing costs. Calculate your monthly income. Start by determining your gross monthly income. This is the total income you earn before taxes and other deductions. Determine your housing budget. Take 20% of your gross monthly income. This is the amount you should aim to allocate to housing costs. Breakdown of housing costs: within this 20%, consider how much you can afford for rent or mortgage payments, property taxes, homeowners insurance, and utilities. Ensure that the total of these expenses does not exceed the calculated 20% of your income. Adjust as needed. Depending on your overall financial situation, you may need to adjust the percentage to fit your specific needs. For example, if you live in an area with high housing costs, you might need to allocate a larger percentage to housing expenses. Consider other financial goals. While the 20% rule provides a general guideline for housing costs, it's essential to consider your other financial goals. If you're saving for specific objectives or paying off debt, you may need to adjust your budget accordingly. Remember that this rule is a guideline, and individual circumstances may vary. Some individuals or families may find it more challenging to adhere strictly to the 20% rule due to factors such as location, income level, and family size. The key is to find a balance that allows you to comfortably cover your housing expenses while meeting your other financial goals. Creating a detailed budget and regularly reviewing your expenses can help you make informed decisions about your housing costs. The 20% rule for debt repayment is a guideline that suggests allocating 20% of your monthly income toward paying off various debts. This includes credit card debt, student loans, car loans, and any other outstanding loans. The idea is to prioritize debt repayment as part of your overall financial plan. Here's how you might approach debt repayment using the 20% rule. Calculate your monthly income. Start by determining your gross monthly income, which is your total income before taxes and deductions. Determine your debt repayment budget. Allocate 20% of your gross monthly income for debt repayment. This amount will be used to make payments on all your outstanding debts. List and prioritize debts. Make a list of all your debts, including the outstanding balance, interest rates, and minimum monthly payments. Prioritize your debts based on factors such as interest rates, with a focus on high-interest debts first. Make minimum payments. Ensure that you make at least the minimum required payments on all your debts. This keeps your accounts in good standing and helps you avoid late fees and penalties. Apply additional funds. If your 20% budget allows for it, consider applying additional funds to accelerate the repayment of one or more debts. This might involve paying extra on high-interest debts to reduce the overall interest paid over time. Adjust your budget. If you find that 20% is not enough to cover your debt repayment needs, you may need to adjust your budget. Look for areas where you can cut expenses or increase your income to allocate more funds toward debt repayment. Consider debt consolidation. Depending on your situation, debt consolidation might be an option. This involves combining multiple debts into a single, more manageable payment with a potentially lower interest rate. Remember that the 20% rule is a guideline, and individual circumstances may vary. Some individuals may need to allocate more than 20% toward debt repayment, especially if they have high levels of debt or are dealing with particularly high interest rates. It's crucial to regularly assess your financial situation, adjust your budget as needed, and make progress toward becoming debt-free. The concept of spending on lifestyle, often associated with the 20% rule, refers to the guideline that suggests allocating a portion of your income, usually around 20%, towards discretionary or non-essential spending. This category encompasses various aspects of your lifestyle, including entertainment, dining out, hobbies, travel, and other personal indulgences. Here's how you might approach managing this aspect of your budget. Calculate your monthly income. Begin by determining your gross monthly income, which is your total income before taxes and other deductions. Determine your lifestyle budget. Allocate approximately 20% of your gross monthly income for lifestyle expenses. This budget is flexible and allows you to enjoy non-essential activities and purchases. Categorize lifestyle expenses. Break down your lifestyle expenses into categories such as dining out, entertainment, hobbies, travel, and other discretionary spending. Prioritize your values. Consider your personal values and priorities when allocating funds within the lifestyle budget. This ensures that you spend money on things that bring you joy and align with your interests. Track your spending. Keep track of your actual spending in each lifestyle category. Use budgeting tools or apps to monitor your expenses and stay within the allocated budget. Adjust as needed. If you find that your lifestyle spending is consistently exceeding the 20% guideline, reassess your priorities and consider making adjustments. This might involve cutting back on certain discretionary expenses or finding ways to save in other areas of your budget. Emergency fund and savings. While it's essential to allocate funds for lifestyle spending, don't neglect your savings goals, emergency fund, and other financial priorities. Balance is key to maintaining a healthy financial outlook. It's important to note that the specific percentage allocated to lifestyle spending can vary based on individual circumstances and financial goals. Some individuals may find they can comfortably spend less than 20% on lifestyle, while others may allocate more based on their preferences and financial situation. Regularly reviewing and adjusting your budget ensures that it remains aligned with your evolving priorities and financial goals. It's important to note that these rules are general guidelines, and individual circumstances may vary. Some people may need to save more than 20%, while others may find it challenging to allocate that much. The key is to create a budget that aligns with your financial goals and priorities. Additionally, personal finance is highly individual, and other factors such as your overall financial situation, goals, and lifestyle will influence how you allocate your income. It's a good idea to tailor these guidelines to your specific needs and regularly reassess your budget as your financial situation evolves.